Hi, it's James from Hidden Depths Coaching. I done a wee video last week and it seemed to get a lot of good reaction and it helped quite a lot of people. So I thought I'd do another one and thought I'd talk about, let's go right in deep. Let's talk about depression, right? So it's one of these things that everybody talks about but nobody really understands. And well, I suffered with depression myself 8 years ago. I had it for 2 years. And that's probably the big thing here. You're trying to work something out that you physically you can't work out. If somebody asked me, why do some people get depressed and other people don't get depressed? And really, I believe it's down to timing. I think everybody at some point in their life hits that, what's it called, rock bottom, the hardest bit of their life. But when the timing's not good, so if you hit that place when your job's not going good, your relationship's not going good, then it can spiral out of control and you end up with depression. Other folk can hit that and then maybe they get a new job, meet a new partner, become a dad or a mum, anything like that changes in their life and it's just enough to get them back on track. So what I want to do is just kind of offer a wee gift to them that's going through a bit where they feel as if they're down enough to think they're depressed, or they know somebody that's depressed, just so that they can get a better understanding of what they're dealing with and hopefully help them get past this, because I have got past it myself and I've seen so many other people get past it with my coaching. Basically, I talk about a lot during my coaching a thing called behaviour kinesiology, right? And just to quickly make you understand that every emotion has got an energy frequency in your body. So things like feeling miserable and shameful and guilty and blame, well, miserable and shameful has an energy frequency in your body of 20 and guilt and blame it's 30. Meaning and understanding and acceptance and forgiveness. Acceptance and forgiveness is at 350 and meaning and understanding it's 400. So, a lot of people are trying to get past something that's happened in their life, and what's the biggest bit of advice we hear all the time? Can you just go over it? Can you accept that it's happened? Well, that's fine for your mind to understand, but your body can't make that emotional shift from that energy of 30 all the way up to 400. So here I'll give you a step by step what you need to look for if you're dealing with depression, or if you've got it yourself, because depression's hard for partners, it's hard for everybody, it's hard for the person that's going through it. Well, imagine your mind was like an 8-digit lock, right? And you knew all the numbers of that lock, but you didn't know the sequence. Can you see how that's going to be really hard to open? Well, that's a wee bit how this works. So what I'll do is I'll help you try and put that sequence together, and it should help you open up your mind, right? So the first thing is feeling miserable, guilty, and hopeless, right? You do need to take responsibility for trying to change that and get yourself up to at least regret. Regret's the next thing you need to deal with. And the best way to try and get by regret is I do a very small thing, right? When you've got a boat in the water, right, the boat leaves a trail, okay? And no matter wherever you go, the boat leaves a new trail. Well, that's a wee bit like your past. And see, when you first get into your mind that, you can't actually catch that trail, well, that is actually quite a defining moment, because you spend loads of time, because what we do in our life is we keep going over our past. If only I did that, if I never did that, if I did this different, then it would have been, life would have turned out better. But the bottom line is you'll keep chasing that. And what happens is you keep chasing your past until you eventually, well, what happens to a boat when you don't steer it? It'll get lost or crash. And that's what happens to you, you crash. So once you're at this part of regret, once you can get to this bit that you can realise, look, there is no going back, I can't change that anymore, then what comes next is fear and anxiety, right? And this is what usually holds people back. As soon as they start to feel this fear and anxiety, they think, I'm never getting out of this. This is so hard, and it's one of the hardest things to get through, but if you can just push through that, you'll hit this place called denial. And you maybe start denying things that are around about you. Then after denial comes anger. So a lot of times when you're feeling this bit of anger, people want to push you back down, or you feel guilty about getting angry in moments. Don't, because you're getting very, very close. Because once you feel anger in yourself, next comes pride, right? And once you get to that place of pride, you start remembering who you are. You start remembering what you're all about. And then you have an energy which is next, which is 200, which is courage and empowerment. right? As soon as you get to this, and this is what I do with a lot of people in their first session, as soon as you get up to courage and empowerment, you're out the red zone. That's you basically out of the danger zone, and you're back to taking full responsibility for your life from where it is now, right? After you've got to courage and empowerment, you want to look for trust and satisfaction. So really you need to start feeling good about what you're doing, the small changes that you're making, the daily wee disciplines that are getting better. You know, you can't jump right to acceptance yet. Just really trust it. Feel satisfied with who you are now. After trust and satisfaction, then you should start to feel a wee bit of inspiration, optimism. I'm going to do this, I can do this. You know, I can change things, I can make a difference. Once you get yourself up to optimism, then, only then, will you be able to look at this and accept why it happened. And maybe even understand it. But you'll never ever get to a point where you can understand how it happened. But when you get to this place of inspiration, you can actually realise that, you know, maybe it's changed you, maybe it's made you into a better person. You know, I look back, my depression has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. You know, there were loads of changes that I've made in my life. And, you know, sometimes I think to experience a good life, to experience heaven and earth, you've got to have walked in hell. Because something changes in you and you're really more appreciative of what you've got and who you are and what you've become. But you can't get that by looking back. You can't get that from the past. And what I'm trying to tell you is, if you have got depression, or if you know somebody with depression, just try and remember these stages: anger, pride, courage, trust and satisfaction, then inspiration and optimism, and then acceptance and forgiveness for yourself or whoever's involved. And then you maybe understand it, and then from then, you know, you can crack on and move your life forward. But trying to understand that from a place of guilt, blame, regret, it doesn't work. So, you know, the mind and the body is connected, and I keep saying this to people. That's why you need to get moving. When you get to courage, get to a gym, go walking. You know, you don't often see people with a big smile on their face standing up straight saying, you know, I'm very unhappy and depressed. It's the full physiology changes. So, you know, get moving, but it is full responsibility. Get yourself up, and when you feel that anger coming, remember, pride is very, very close. Listen, as I say, I try and make these videos very quick. I hope that wee step-by-step thing, you know, can help you move forward. You know, a wee thing that was said to me many years ago was, you know, what if everything in life, you know, was actually happening for you and not to you? What if everything was to get you at this moment of where you are now? So trust me, when you get past this bit, when you get out of that horrible stage, when you get to having a wee bit more empowerment with yourself and you feel a lot more satisfied with who you are, it will grow, and it will grow and it will grow and grow. Listen, thanks for listening. As I said, I've got a seminar coming up on the 20th of June. If you want to hear more about stuff like this, then please check me in. You can email me on info@hiddendepthscoaching.com. Okay, thanks and have a great day. Bye.